Hi, today we're going to present the strategic alliance between Volvo and Renault. Unfortunately, it was a strategic alliance that failed, and we're going to talk and discuss a little bit more about this strategic alliance. So the agenda for today is the introduction with me. My name is Leo. The background information from both companies, Volvo and Renault, with Roberto. Recommendations with Bruna and Anira, and the conclusion with Anira. So basically, why companies decided to make a strategic alliance? So they choose to make a strategic alliance first because they want to join forces. Second, they want to share knowledge. They want to divide risks. They want to expand to the new market. They want to overcome the competition. And of course, they want to reduce costs. And that's the major reasons why companies make strategic alliances. And we're going to discuss today why Volvo and Renault failed in this mission of building a strategic alliance. According to Peter Simons, a strategic alliance is similar to a marriage. So in order to both companies have success, they need elements like trust, structure, communication, regular evaluations, and health checks. So many companies fail in this mission of building a strategic alliance because one of these elements is lacking in the relationship between those companies. So now I would like to hand on the presentation to Roberto, that is going to bring us the background information about Renault and Volvo.
Well, good afternoon. I'm going to talk about the companies, a brief about Renault and Volvo. First of all, let's talk about Volvo. Volvo is a company that was founded in 1927 in Sweden, and the focus of Volvo company is to manufacture luxury vehicles. Volvo has built a very good reputation along those years, and this reputation was built inside a quality and a safety engineer. I don't know if you guys know, but the word Volvo in Latin is roll in, and there is a mystic around the Volvo company that if you roll up a Volvo car in a road, for example, Volvo can give you a new car. That's the value of the brand like Volvo. Like I said, luxury cars is the niche, specific niche for Volvo company. And the revenue in 2015 for Volvo, it's a little bit more than 17 billion euros. It's the biggest company in Sweden. The second company, Renault, was founded in 1899 in France. It's a French multinational automobile manufacturer. We can find Renault all over the world. Today is the 10th biggest automaker in the world. Nowadays, Renault has another alliance with Nissan that becomes bigger than that, but this specific alliance happens in 1990, like we're gonna see in the other slides. The focus for Renault is automobiles, commercial vehicles, and luxury cars and financing. And the revenue in 2015 for Renault was 45 billion euros. Now I'm gonna talk why. What's the reasons Volvo and Renault built this alliance, this strategic alliance? Some reasons. The first one was in 20 years before 1990, these two companies had the industrial cooperation and swapping gasoline engines for gearboxes. They knew each other already, and the company the two companies are the biggest companies in their countries, in specific countries, and they want to build a muscular and world-class competitor because this industry is very, very competitive. The synergy in joint venture products, developed products, purchasing, quality, and manufacturing. Those synergies, they estimate that time that they can save 14 billions Sweden crowns. It's around 1.5 billion euros. Because this is scale economy in purchasing and development products and so on. And these two firms combined will create a big company to compete effectively in the global market. Mainly for Volvo, because Volvo was some problem that time and it's not so big company, and they need this alliance to improve itself to another level. Okay, and now I'm gonna talk some key features of this specific alliance. The first one is substantial cross-shareholding. Each company can buy shares for each other, and more than that, the CEOs can sit in each other board of directors. This is a very good point that's happened in Europe only. It's different for another alliance in other countries. Equality, it's a very good one because they create two headquarters, one in Paris and another one in Gothenburg in Sweden, and the mother language of both neither used for both. They use it English because one speak French and another speak another language. Comprehensiveness. The management of this structure is so huge. It was created 21 committees, different committees to manage this structure. Brand integrity. The alliance did not involve the brands and the dealerships network. They don't mix it up both. Each one keep with your brand, with your network, of your dealers. They only did alliance in the operational side, in purchasing, manufacturers, development, and so on. And the operational focus is to gain the upstream synergy on the alliance, and do not pursue their downstreams because they can mix it up and trying to keep both sides separately. That's why they want to build this alliance and try to improve themselves. Now I'm gonna pass to Bruna to start with the recommendations.
Between Renault and Volvo faced some issues and problems. Let's talk about the reasons why the alliance failed. So the organizational structures of the two firms were very different. Volvo had a decentralized management structure, while Renault had a centralized one. This leads to a slower decision-making process when making a strategic alliance. Moreover, there was a lack of trust and coordination between the management teams of Renault and Volvo. The companies had different operating management and were afraid of losing the control of the strategic alliance. The communication was a big concern between the companies because they didn't find an average point to find a good communication. They didn't agree to use an official language after the alliance is done. So, moreover, Volvo and Renault had completely different core values. Volvo was focused on safety and engineering, while Renault was focused on styling and cost management. The market orientation was very different too. Volvo was a dominant player in heavy trucks niche and a weak player in cars. On the other side, Renault is a broad product line player. However, it's very weak in heavy trucks. Finally, they have different ownership structures. While Volvo was an investor-owner company, Renault was a state-owner company. Let's talk about the recommendations. So the first one is the technology exchange. Renault was very famous for the cost management skills and also styling. Volvo was very well known because of the safety style and engineering. So they had different competencies, different market positions, and different technologies. So by combining this difference, they could access different technologies, access different markets, find new customers, and the most important part, to reduce costs with research and development. So my second recommendation is investment in research and development. So they can combine their technologies and create new technologies as well, and then develop new products to find new markets, new customers, and also develop new competencies.
Talking about the 30 recommendation, we would like to suggest for the Volvo and Renault to deal with the strategic planning realignment. And this comes from the previous thoughts that Roberto and Bruna already explained for everyone. Volvo has one decentralized management structure where the people does not need necessarily to have like approvals from the serve manager, from their direct serve manager, and they can easily connect with each other and make decisions. When for the other side, Renault plays in a centralized and formal flow of the information within the organization. This seems to us that we have like two different types of management organizational structure, where this should come up with the recommendation to build and construct one organization driven and managed for one specific type of structure. So when you have like two different management that is not aligned at all, we face with the needs to connect people and engage people, because people will start to easily disconnect with each other, and this can make like some misalignment and some misunderstanding between them, and then this can create conflicts between the decisions that can make easily goes inside of the business and come up with the best solutions. So the first recommendation will be realignment of their business strategy and organizational culture. From one side, we would like to start talking about the strategy by itself, where there is a guiding path for the company build its successful alliance between Volvo and Renault, or even though other kind of companies. In the strategy, they should come up first with the goals. So why we exist, what our final goals to achieve as an alliance. Then they can broken down these in objectives, and the last recommendation will be set up in one action plan to come up with the activities that should be followed with the specific deadlines to reach the objectives and easily going to achieve the goals that was targeted in a specific manner. From the other side, we have the driving path. By doing like the strategic plan, they can easily come up with one culture that is like the same culture for the entire company. And there they can come up easily with the values, practices, and behaviors that people should follow inside of the organization. So this is one first realignment and recommendation that we come up with based on the case that we researched before. Previously, as we have like the core values of the organization well defined, that is the mission, vision, and values, as well as the objectives with the targets and action plan and the code of conduct inside of the company, and this spread and conveyed for everybody within the organization, we can come up with the realignment of the organizational structure. Easily we can see, as one have, like Volvo have a decentralized management structure, we can see easily that they have like the flat organization structure where people can come up with the ideas together and make decisions together without need to get approval in one level, approval in second level, third level until the CEO, and then can come up with the execution of the idea. After that, we can come up with the idea that Renault, that is totally centralized, have one traditional hierarchy where people should get their approval for every single idea that they come up to implement with the organization. This seems to be like bureaucratical decisions that the people can make, And because of that, we can see clearly the disconnections that exist inside of the organizational structure. And even more, they don't have the business strategy well defined. As we could see, like in Roberto thoughts and Bruna thoughts as well, the reputation of Volvo is related with quality and safety, where the reputation from Renault is to be the biggest automobility makers on the world, and this plays in a little bit different segmentation as well as type of customers, where like we can position Volvo in a premium position, instead Renault is not like in a premium position at all. So we come up with the idea that is, again, one more time, just a quick recap, to redefine the business strategy as well as the organization culture, and then move to decide what will be the best fit related with the organizational structure inside of the company. So moving to talking about the conclusion, we would like to suggest as a group, the alliance between Volvo and Renault was negatively affected by the main points. And we are going to discuss each one of them, but the main important topic is the misalignment in their strategic planning. So before they come up with the idea to have the alliance and make this alliance, they should strategically define what will be their strategy by working themselves together. This makes failure in the business position strategy because related with the case, it is clear that is not well defined. The core values of the company together, again, was not defined, and the employees were not informed about those. The organizational structure, as a consequence of the first two topics, was not well defined according with their strategy, and the organizational culture and behavior with the code of conduct very well defined was not made and as well as conveyed for everybody. So I would like, and my group would like to thank you so much for your time and consideration. Thank you.